just washed it. All right, cool. I think we're good with sound and everything. I totally forgot to use headphones or a mic yesterday, so the sound wasn't great. And since today's lesson is educational, I just want to make sure you can all hear me. So, I'm trying to get situated here. I'm so not used to this whole YouTube live thing yet. We'll get there. We'll get there together. One live at a time. Maybe by day 21 I'll find a flow. Or a girl can dream at least. Anyways, so hello and welcome to day 4 of 21 Days of Reiki. So today is going to be purely educational. Of course, the Reiki is with us. I'm always working with it and playing in the energy and playing in the field. But I realized that I talked about distance Reiki, I think on day 2, but I never actually addressed just the pure, simple question of what is Reiki. So here we go. Here's your little breakdown of actually what we're exploring and playing with in this space over the next few weeks. So Reiki is often known as divinely guided or spiritually guided life force energy. Just let that land for a sec. Divinely guided or spiritually guided life force energy. So some people equate it to the frequency of pure love. So in Reiki philosophy and in the trainings, we get into this a little bit more, but in Reiki there's this concept of the 12 heavens, and the higher heavens are non-dual realms. So here on Earth is actually one of the heavens, but here this is a dual realm. We have good and evil, we have love and hate, we have all these opposing forces. But in these higher realms, they are non-dual realms. So everything is of the highest light and the highest good and the highest frequency. And everything, it's pure unification consciousness, the consciousness of love. And so Reiki comes from these higher realms where we don't have this duality. And so Reiki is this force for good, this energy for good. Now, when they offer Reiki at, the Mayo Clinic or the Cleveland Clinic or something like that, they're obviously not going to say that the Reiki is curing you or healing you. But Reiki is starting to be introduced more and more in hospital settings and things like this, which is awesome. And what you would hear in a place like that is likely something along the lines of the fact that the Reiki creates conditions of relaxation in the body that allows for optimal healing. So as your body relaxes, you're able to heal whatever underlying condition more easily, because we all know that stress breeds inflammation and disease. So in that aspect, you can look at it that way. If you're more of a Western thinker, more of a linear thinker, you don't have, the spiritual understanding or affinity, and that's totally fine. Reiki will work for you just the same either way. But from a more spiritual perspective, the Reiki energy is going into your energy body and making these tune-ups and adjustments and helping you clear stagnation from your energetic system. And in the case of something like Karuna Reiki, we are truly going in and healing trauma from the subconscious without having to make it conscious. So in a lot of other modalities, the somatic side of my practice is very much about bringing the subconscious to the conscious, bringing awareness to trauma or patterns that are stored, below the level of our normal everyday conscious awareness, so that we can process them through the body and observe our body in that process of renegotiating and releasing trauma. But in the case of Reiki, we're actually able to heal trauma from the subconscious directly. And so, in that way, the client is essentially spared of the experience of having to bring something traumatic to their conscious mind, and they just get to heal it directly from the subconscious. So, when we hear the term Reiki, it kind of gets thrown around in a couple different contexts. One is to describe the energy itself. So the Reiki is the energy that's being channeled through the practitioner and delivered to the client or the group or whoever is receiving. But Reiki, the term, is also often used to, describe the system of energy healing that, Reiki exists within in most lineages, So Yusui Sensei received Reiki on the top of Mount Karama, and then he attuned other people to the energy and passed it down and, through lineages and lineages and generations and generations. And so the system of energy healing that uses Reiki energy is also oftentimes referred to as Reiki. So we have the energy itself and then the healing system that was developed out of the energy. So for me personally, when I receive Reiki or when I am channeling it and working with it, it is a very specific frequency for me that I can feel deep within me. It's kind of this like vibraty, buzzy kind of feeling. It really does feel nourishing and nurturing, like a nice warm hug. It feels really beautiful to me. Some people report feeling hot. Some people report feeling cold. Some people report feeling tingling. So it can feel different to different people. But for me, it's very identifiable. I mean, I've played around with different energy medicines and different frequencies and all that kind of good stuff. But Reiki is very specific and very identifiable for me. So you can definitely tell when you're receiving it. In terms of being, but maybe you can't, for some people it might be below the level of your conscious awareness, or below the level of your sensory perception. The key with Reiki is intention. So the practitioner is sending the intention to send Reiki to a specific person or event or group of people. And the receiver is simply meant to open their heart, surrender, and receive the flow of energy. And if you are welcoming it into your system with that open receptivity, you're going to be receiving the Reiki, whether or not you can feel it and whether or not you have conscious memories of what happened during the session or during the meditation or, whatever, in whatever context you were working with it. During some Reiki sessions, people fall asleep, and that's what their body needs, is that deep rest and relaxation. Some people enter that, meditative, like alpha theta brainwave prominence, and so they sometimes will have conscious memories. Some people who are more spiritually inclined or spiritually connected or, connected to loved ones who have passed, they may feel the presence of, spirit guides, angels, ancestors during a session. And the practitioner may also get visions or, messages and things like that. But none of that needs to happen for a Reiki session to be legit or for it to work. I think a lot of people have this perception that all Reiki practitioners are psychics or intuitives or, get all these hits all the time. That's not always the case. And I know for me, there are some sessions when I'm, in practice with clients where, I'm channeling the energy and I can really feel the energy myself. And I'm like it's super powerful and super connected. And sometimes I barely feel anything at all, but I'm still, meditating on it and focusing on it and channeling it. And Quite frankly, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference for the client. I've had sessions where I'm not feeling much physically at all, and the client comes out of it like, "Whoa, that was amazing! I felt it so strongly." So, as practitioners, it's all about intention, and same thing for the person receiving. So, Reiki, spiritually guided, divinely guided life force energy, this frequency of pure love. It's a healing energy that is passed from practitioner to client, and during the attunement process, passed from teacher to student, a Reiki master to student. And it helps you to deeply relax and also helps you to heal mentally, emotionally, and physically from these blocks in your energy body, because we are a body, mind, spirit being. Things that we store energetically often manifest physically, and so it's important to really keep in mind that those things are intrinsically connected. So if you have any more questions about Reiki, please feel free to leave a comment on this video. I'd be happy to answer it here or in future videos, or like answer in the comments or in future videos. You can also follow me on social media at Elsa Karinki or at _ healing happens, and I would love to chat with you more about it there. If you would like to experience a Reiki session, I do one-on-one Reiki sessions with people, and I'm also leading a Usui Holy Fire 3 Reiki 1 and 2 training at the end of March, and also a Reiki Master training at the end of March. So hop in there. I can't wait to see you. I would love to share this energy even more with you, and that's a little overview of what Reiki is. So now you know. All right. See you tomorrow.